Hey guys, this is your friend Phoenix Forever coming to you from Australia. I hope you are all well and have had a wonderful day or night, whatever time it is over in your country. I'm in Australia, so it is 6:06 p.m. I've just come home from work and I'm super tired. I've been on my feet all day. Um, but I've been thinking all day today about a certain topic that's close to my heart, and I wanted to share it with all of you and see what your thoughts are. So your views or your thoughts or your comments are more than welcome down in the bottom of the video. But today I wanted to talk to you about the theory nature versus nurture. Yeah, some of you may have heard of that theory and some of you haven't, which is fine. So I'll just explain what nature versus nurture is, and I'll break it down. Firstly, nature is how you have grown up genetically. So what type of genetic traits you may have. What's your genetic background? Do you have mental illness in the family? Do you have diabetes in the family? Do you have a family full of doctors or scientists? And some psychologists believe that your genes determine what type of person you are going to be in your future. And then you've got the other side of it, you've got nurture. And this is basically how you've developed by outside influences around you. So by your interactions with your teachers, how you were raised by your parents, what type of circumstances you were exposed to as a child and growing up and into adulthood. So some people believe that's what shapes you as a person. Okay, so for example, you were raised by drug addicts. So some people may think, oh well, this person was raised by drug addicts, so their future is obviously going to be drugs and alcohol, and they're going to end up in jail. That's what some people believe, and then others believe, oh, okay, your parents have a mental illness. Oh, okay, so you're definitely going to have a mental illness. Or you're not equipped to become a doctor or to be a physicist or a scientist or anything you want to be. They believe your genes predispose who you're going to be as a person. And so you can see why it's been debated for such a long time. And me personally, I believe that yes, nature can play a role in who you are, and also your nurture can play a role as who you are. Obviously, we all learn. We're like a sponge. We soak up everything around us from the time we're born, and we're always absorbing information and growing as a part of that. Um, so my personal belief is that we have a choice. You have choices. It doesn't matter if you have mental illness in the family. It doesn't matter if your parents were alcoholic or they were abusive or uh, they were chain smokers or they were scientists or they didn't work. None of that matters to a degree if you can look beyond that and focus on what you want in your life and what you want your future to be like. That is your best bet. And that's just my view. Everyone's entitled to their own opinion. I completely respect that, and I would love to hear your views on it, so leave a comment below. But I'll tell you a little story, and I've never told this story on the internet before, so I'm a bit nervous. But I come from a very poor background, to poor to a degree where my parents couldn't afford to put food on the table. Both my parents were on benefits. They weren't working. My father didn't work. He just sat at home and and watch TV all day, and he was a chain smoker. He smoked 50 cigarettes a day. My mother was addicted to Valium, and it wasn't by choice to begin with. She was actually diagnosed to take Valium like 20 years ago by her doctor, because the doctor thought that her that something was in her head and she was getting anxiety. So they straight away gave her Valium, and since then she had been badly addicted to Valium. And if she couldn't get Valium, it was chaos. She would flick like a switch like that. 1 minute she'd be happy, and the next minute she'd be having temper tantrums all over the house and throwing glasses and God knows what. So you'd have to stay out of her way. And she also has been diagnosed with a mental illness, which is paranoia schizophrenia, which definitely affected the childhood. It definitely affected how things were growing up. And also on top of that, I lived in a neighborhood where all my friends were getting drunk, hooked on drugs, and my girlfriends were pregnant by the time they were 12 or 13 years old. And I remember looking around everywhere, and I would look at my friends and look at school and look at my parents and look at how we were living, and I was always thinking to myself, I never want to end up like this when I grow up. There has to be some other way. So it wasn't until I moved out when I was 18 that I started to meet new people and move around to different places and find who I was as a person, find out who I was, and find out what exactly I wanted to do with my life, and meet people who could tell me, hey, it's okay for you to go for your dreams. You can do whatever you want to do. If you are willing to work for it, you can do it. It doesn't matter what you're capable of. If you want to go into science, but you're not capable of it yet because you don't have the proper training, or you don't, or if you haven't done the studies yet to get your qualification, then take the steps needed to go get the studies to get your qualification. And no one's saying it's easy. It's hard. When you look around, there's so much negativity around in the world, and it's so easy to fall in that trap of negativity. It's easy to lose faith in yourself, and you think, oh, well, what's the use? Everyone else is like this. My parents are like this. But if you have the will in yourself to know what you want for you that makes you happy, then you should go out there and do it, and don't let anyone hold you back. If your parents try and tell you that you're no good, or they try and hold you back and put you down, ignore them. Just say, look, talk to the hand, and then get out of there. It might not be your parents, it could be your friends. Your friends don't have faith in you, or it could be someone else. Prove them wrong. Go out, take it as a challenge, and say, well, stuff you, Jack. This is what I'm going to do with my life, and I'm going to do what makes me happy. And I think a lot of people just don't have enough faith in themselves. If you want to get out of a situation where you're not happy with, then reach out to someone, ask someone for help so they can help you get out of that situation. If you need help in improving your own lifestyle, ask for help, because that's one of the best things that you can do, is actually reach out to someone and ask for help. And just always keep faith in yourself. Do never ever lose faith. It's going to be hard. It's going to be really hard. And I know that I've lived through it, and it's been hard, but I've pushed myself beyond my limits to get to where I am now. I'm happy, I'm engaged to a wonderful partner. I work for a great company, and I really enjoy my job. I've started doing YouTube videos, and I never thought I'd be doing YouTube videos, because it's something that I was never feeling comfortable in. But doing this is actually pushing me out of my own comfort zone, and I really thank you all for watching my videos. It really makes me feel so good, so thank you. But yeah, just never ever give up. And if you hit a bump in the road and you feel like you're going backwards, keep moving forward, even if the little tiny steps, even if the steps are slow. still keep moving forward. Do not look back. So just keep your eye on your goals, and you can do it. I believe in you, and you should believe in yourself. So that was my little rant for today. As I said, I've been thinking about it all day, and I was really inspired to come and talk to you guys about it. Um, if you guys have any thoughts or comments, please leave them below in the comments field. Leave a like if you've enjoyed the video. I really hope it's done something for you, and I hope it's helped you in a way. Just don't ever give up on what you want in your life. Doesn't matter who you are. If you want to go for it, you go for it. Don't let anyone hold you back. So I will be back soon. In the meantime, enjoy your day/night, and I will speak to you soon. Bye.